The announcement of ANC Youth League leader Julius Malema's appeal has been delayed by about an hour, and South African companies need to continue to come up with fresh, innovative ideas to keep consumers interested in their products. I'm Richard Brooks. The announcement of ANC Youth League leader Julius Malema's appeal has been delayed by about an hour. The announcement was to have been made at 11:30 at ANC headquarters Luthuli House in Johannesburg, but is now expected at 1:30. The party's Disciplinary Committee of Appeals will brief the media about its findings on Malema's appeal against his 5-year suspension. Malema and 5 other ANC Youth League leaders sought to overturn a verdict of the Disciplinary Committee that found them guilty of sowing divisions within the ANC and bringing the party into disrepute. Tula Sizwe Similani has more.
The build-up is now well and truly underway. There's a number of journalists, hordes of journalists have actually descended on Luthuli House, some of them already inside, cameras set up, a microphone on the stand, and a whole lot more standing outside, waiting to be ushered into the ANC headquarters. In terms of the security measures around Luthuli House, we are not seeing the deployment, the heavy deployment that we saw during the hearing phase of the Disciplinary Committee and other proceedings before. But the police have closed a section of President Street which runs right in front of Luthuli House.
South African companies need to continue to come up with fresh, innovative ideas to keep consumers interested in their products. That's according to Product of the Year Managing Director Pritesh Siraj. This week, 44 products received awards at a ceremony in Hyde Park after being voted Product of the Year in their respective categories. 5,000 households across South Africa were visited and asked about their preferences. Siraj says the power of consumers cannot be underestimated.
I think the key thing for companies to understand is that they exist because they create great products that consumers want. What we do is we also make it easier for them to understand the attributes and the needs of consumers and what they're looking for, because sometimes a company thinks very different from a consumer. We think from a consumer perspective, and we feed this back to the companies so that the companies can produce products that consumers want and consumers need, and that can add value to the lives of consumers out there.
A high-level investigation is underway in the Western Cape after it was disclosed that high-ranking police officers are on the payrolls of drug lords and underworld figures. Western Cape Community Safety MEC Dan Plato says nightclub owners are living in fear and need to be protected. He says the owners are too afraid to contact police.
Some of the owners is very, very reluctant to give us specific information. They are threatened, they are afraid for their lives, and at the end of the day we need to deal with this issue in a very, very appropriate, professional and sensitive manner. We cannot allow club owners getting killed as a result of information provided to us. When we going to deal with the underworld people, we need to make sure that club owners are protected.
The Port Elizabeth Airport is fully operational again. This follows air traffic disruptions yesterday that was due to heavy rain. 9 flights had to be diverted from the airport, while 3 or 4 had to be cancelled. A number of flights were also delayed. Airports Company SA spokesperson Colin Naidu says some of the airlines affected have commissioned extra flights to deal with backlogs.